You can go ahead, bro.
This is
start at 14 and then jump back up to 5.
okay. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Yeah. So this gospel, what gospel? The gospel of the nation of Israel being the Lord's chosen people. That John 3:16, the word world, means the nation of Israel, man. All right? Cosmos, harmonious arrangement, society, government. All right? So that's the gospel that the so-called white man's going into slavery, man. All these other nations is going into slavery.
Right.
All right? That the Lord, yes, the Lord does hate, man. That 2/3 of the nation of Israel going to be put to death here in America. That's the true gospel. Not Chinese people is going to be walking hand in hand with us in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to be floating on clouds. Which we gonna be floating on clouds, those that know what I'm talking about. But not like a rain cloud or some crap like that.
With wings.
Yeah, butt naked angel babies gonna be flying around and giving you grapes and stuff or some crap, you know?
Yeah.
All right? The correct gospel, man.
That's right.
All right? The Lord's black. The Most High is black. That's the good news, man. And it's good news for these people. Right now, it's good news for the elect. Because if it was good news for the whole nation of Israel, they would all get with the program.
Right. And also, that not everyone's your brother, man.
That's right.
Your brothers are them that do the work, that are of the same body. Because when you go into Corinthians, the 12th chapter, 1 Corinthians, the 12th chapter, or I think even Romans, the 12th chapter, where it talks about the body, how we are different members but in one. You have to belong to an actual body, an actual society, an actual system of what the world calls politics. Because you look that word politics up, I think it goes back to society, citizens of a society, and that's what we are. We are citizens of a society, man. So you know, the doctrine has to be something that is a sound doctrine. A sound doctrine. Okay, and the only body that I know of that's grown and flourished has been GMS. Can you get Galatians 1:8?
I can get 80 at the same time.
You know?
Galatians.
Because when it said this gospel needs to go out into all four corners, this truth has to go out. And part of this truth is who your brothers are, man. Now, just a disclaimer: the brother already relayed the message to keep the taboo name Tazabah out of the camp's mouth, but that's going against the scriptures.
That's right.
And Tazabah is a big advocate of not to be pleasers of men, right? Well, we're not going to please you either, man. We're not going to please you with that because the scriptures even talk about Alexander the coppersmith who did much evil to Paul, man. So we have to put that out there, man.
And if I can say this, edification for the camera. Yesterday I was, in the kitchen, and Tazabah was like, "Hey, I heard, your brothers did a video about me." And I was like, "Yeah, we addressed the issue at camp last Saturday." Oh yeah. He said, so tell your camp to keep my name out their mouth. But he's saying it like it's my camp. I'm a part of the camp, but he act like this camp is a product of my doings or something. That's like he's saying it like an asshole, you know. Right. So me, I'm like, okay, I already know where this can go, and I already know where it's coming from, disgruntled, and you're in the wrong, man. You're in the wrong. So just take it for what it is. But wise words that during the council, just be wise or whatnot. Understand balance.
Yeah.
So I'm playing dumb. Con. I was like, all right, I'll do that. He was like, yeah. So yeah, related to your camp. to keep my name out their mouth. I was like, all right, Con, I'll do that.
So all of a sudden now he wants to acknowledge order. All of a sudden he wants to acknowledge order.
Yeah.
Give this order and let it be received, type of thing. You know, that's funny. That's very funny. That's very funny. You know, now we got, now we got to deal with Taboo Tazabah, man.
Yeah. But it's funny because it's like you went off in doctrine. I mean, that's what he did.
Right.
You know,
and then he got mad because I said Tazabah's doctrine, but then over the phone on the council, he said, "Oh, my doctrine." He called it his doctrine. Funny. That's weird. That's very weird and funny. You know, just, you know, I'll say this, man. I guess I'll be a little bold, but anyone of GMS still dealing with the guy that removed himself from GMS, you know, I'll say you're going off, man.
Yeah. I was thinking that the first thought that popped up in my head when he was like, I heard somebody told, I forget, he said, I heard that you brothers did a video about me or something along them lines. So in my head, I'm like, I know it was none of the brothers in the house that said anything about it, you know. So I'm like, I know it's somebody he's on the phone with that's probably being a damn busybody. You're just being a fucking busybody, man.
And really, the only people that should probably be in contact with them, who we expect to be in contact with them, is Alizé and Marcella, man. That's a no-brainer. You got that Galatians 1:8 though?
Galatians 1:8. But though we are an angel from heaven preach any other gospel unto you than that which we have preached unto you, let him be accursed.
Right. And the elders, they never preached that breakdown that you know, basically just go around forgiving anyone that does you wrong. Which you can do it, but it's not wise because, you know, now you're in violation of the scriptures, man. It says not to bid them Godspeed, man. You know, but it's clear that he's not going to get it because at the end of the day, you know, the elder asked him, "Do you understand? Do you understand?" And he said, "Kind of." Well, the scriptures say to say yes or no. Anything more than that cometh evil. And what was the evil that came? Rebellion. More rebellion. It was a very weird situation, man. No one has ever experienced something like that. And it's not something that I could even try to explain. It's something you literally would have to physically experience, man. And these brothers got to witness it, and the elder got to go through it. And I'm glad, you know, I hate to say it, but I'm glad he went through it because he got to see what the fuck I had to deal with.
Yeah, it's crazy because like me and this brother was talking after the council, and you know, I was telling him, well, first things first, everything that we said last week at camp is exactly what we talked about on the council with the elders from Dallas. All right, so it's not like he missed out on something, or Tazabah, it's not like he missed out on something, or we was talking shit about him, not expecting it to get back to him. Like, that's not the case, man. We what brothers talked about, should we upload the videos? Because we had the council later, well, last week, and I was like, man, hey, just put the videos up, man. What the fuck we got to hide? Like, everything we said was truthful, man. And this brother was like feeling like the council that we had, because the council was supposed to be, you know, about internal camp matters, but it turned out to be about, you know, Tazabah's situation, you know, his doctrine and whatnot.
And the reason that was because brothers really, for brothers, we don't have anything against each other like that. If something comes up, we handle it, and that's that. And no one else is concerned about, well, I don't like what you said to that man. And that whole attitude came Tazabah, because he's one to say, oh, well, if I forgive this man, what business is it to you? Okay, then what business is it to you if me and this man had an issue and we resolved it amongst ourselves? Why do you need to know about it? It goes back to the thing of like the military. The private doesn't need to know what the colonel's doing, and the president and the colonel doesn't need to know what the president's doing. It's a chain of command. Why do you feel you need to be in everybody's business? And you know what I'm saying? When you can't even understand the milk of who your brother is, but yet you want to be some kind of head authority, and that's why I know Waz said, I get the feeling like you want to be a leader in the camp. Which really, the heart of that matter, I'll step out to be a little bold again too. Really came from you coming up here in the first place when none of us counseled on whether or not we agreed to even do that. None of us agreed to do it. We were like, well, everyone's kind of like, fuck it.
Hey, so like I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, the council, right? So, I was telling the brother, because it was initially supposed to be like, it was supposed to be a council for brothers to like get whatever is on their chest off if they had any feelings towards another brother along those lines, which no brother in the camp was thinking like that or had any kind of ill will towards another man in the camp, another brother in the camp. But through the spirit, we got on Tazabah, so the elders was like, well, shit, is he able to get on? Is he around? Is he around? Is he able to get on the phone? So another brother got him, and he got on the phone. So we was on like a 3.5 hour council somewhere along the lines, and so afterwards, like this brother's like, man, we was chopping it up, and I told the brother like, hey man, it might not have went how you thought it was gonna go, or I thought, or the next man. But what happened was, through the spirit, the Most High wanted the brothers in Dallas, because they might have heard, what we was dealing with, but they wanted the spirit wanted them brothers to know firsthand exactly what we was going through with Tazabah. And lo and behold, they was not confounded, but baffled, just like we was. Like, how do you say you agree with the doctrine that we're teaching through the spirit that we learned, but you clearly don't agree. You
rebel against everything.
Yeah, man.
Double-minded.
Yeah, you can't go forgive some wicked ass niggas, man. That was doing the work, and we casting them out as heathen and publicans, and they're doing niggerish shit
During that time up until right now.
Yeah, they claim to be in the truth, but they doing shit that niggas do. All right, you can't forgive them. Like Amashab Allah was saying, you gotta know who to forgive and who not to forgive, man. And some niggas that fell out from the truth to go do wickedness, man. You can't. Hey,
it's like if you're playing street basketball. You gotta know when you can play in the street and when you can't. When there's a car coming, guess what? It's probably not wise to play in the street. It's probably best to get out of the street, man. So knowing time and place, having a dispensation of time, knowing when to do this and when to do that, that's maturity, man.
balance.
That's a balance, man. You have to have some kind of maturity to understand balance, man. It's really not a hard concept. That's the funny thing about it. It's really a gnat of a topic.
You want me to keep going? Verse 9. As we said before, so say now, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel unto you than that ye have received, let him be accursed.
Right. And that's a whole other type of gospel, man. And there's only one gospel that needs to go out into all four corners. And that's the truth that GMS has been pushing from day one. That's why you got camps all over the world under GMS. Not Gahana, not Comfy, not Nate, not Zabak, not Shakya, not Bubbleyes, not Comfy, not Rebel Alliance Media, not no other type. Yeah, what was that?
Oh, no, I said Queen of the Two-Thirds?
Yeah, Queen of the Two-Thirds, 14th Street Israelite. He wants to go out only when it's good weather. Yeah, the lemur. Ain't none of these guys, man. They got no real fruit. Because it says your fruit should remain. So all these people that they're supposedly teaching, where are their camps at, man? Where are their camps at?
14th Street.
They're not out. They're not faithful to them. If they were truly afraid, they would be pushing. You guys that learn this truth, you need to get up and start teaching, man. Now, if it's not in you to be a teacher, then admit that it's not in you to be a teacher, and find what you are meant to be. Whether you're meant to be a help or whatever the case it is. But when you find out what it is, you better do that hardcore, man. Like YT Politics. That man is a strong help. He's been faithful in all his videos, his blogs, his YouTube pages. He stays on top of his what's in his spirit to do, man. And you got some people that envy that, who have strived to be the teacher, but then fell out into the world like Nigga T. Nigga T is like, man, why can't I do that? Well, the spirit wasn't on you to do that because you would have did it from day one, from Jump Street. The spirit was put on you to come out here and teach, man. And you couldn't even be faithful to that, man. So what are you going to be faithful towards? If you're not faithful to the first thing you start, it's really hard to see you being faithful in anything else. And that's the mindset that they have here in America with these jobs. If you didn't graduate high school, you don't have a sense of a urgency to have accomplishment in you. You got to go get a GED, good enough diploma, and then you get your high school, and then you go back to college, and people look at that. They want to see how you are with commitments. They want to see how you are with commitments. Now I'm gonna start this new training for the EPA, and in all the notes that I wish I would have brought the notebook, but the head instructor, I'm listening to him talk, and he sounded exactly like the elders, man. He said, look, all you need when you come to class is pencil, pen, and paper. But what you need to be responsible for is you need to learn. You need to be accountable. You need to show up. You need to do the work. You need to try. You need to demonstrate what you've learned. Everything that the elders have ever said, I'm hearing this guy and I'm taking the notes down. I'm like, this is gonna be fucking easy. Pretty much I just gotta show up and be myself. Like this is gonna be a cakewalk, man. And the elders build you up for things like that, man. Because what you're able to do spiritually, you should be able to do physically, man. So it just goes to show you, man. It just goes to show you that these are actually life skills that these people don't even consider, man. These scriptures are life skills, man. He don't consider. He's eating McDonald's. He's in McDonald's, man. The scriptures give you life skills, man, on how to operate, how to be around people. There might be someone that you can't get along with because they like something else. And if they don't want to mesh with you, well, make it your ability to mesh with them. And they'll be like, damn, this brother can actually vibe out with me on that. And maybe he'll see that you're the type who can vibe out and mesh with every brother in every different category. That's becoming all things to all men. The scriptures tell you to do that. That's part of our gospel, man. Hey, no pictures of us, man. Fuck you up for free. Assholes, man. They don't even ask, man. They don't even ask. I mean, why would they, right? They didn't ask us to do this. They just did it. Fucking assholes, man. So the gospel and the doctrine is something that's very important, man. It's very important to know who the elders would always say, you need to learn who your enemy is, man. You need to know who your enemy is, who you can trust. Yeah, fuck you too. See, that's the enemy, man. Oh, are you a hermaphrodite? You a hermaphrodite? You see, man, you got all this shit out here to deal with. You gotta condemn these people, man. That's not the type of person you forgive. And I'm going to the extent on it by saying that, because everyone knows you're not supposed to forgive your enemy. Now you got you know 2 and even 3 types of enemies, which I've told these brothers before. You got the enemies, the 17 nations. You got enemies. The scriptures say, "Foes shall be they of your own household." Right? And then you got a brother that may trespass against you, but you go tell him his fault between he and thee alone, and it says what? If he hears you, you have gained your brother. If he doesn't hear you, he neglects to hear it. You take it a step further, you get witnesses involved. If he doesn't hear the witnesses, you take it to the church, and if he doesn't hear the church, then he's cast out, and now he's an enemy.
Yeah, and if you and a brother have a disagreement or whatnot, y'all don't see eye to eye on something.
Enemies.
You're enemies.
Right.
But when you
just like Salat, in any type of combat, it's versus. When you verse someone, you're enemies, you're opponents. So if you don't see eye to eye on something at first, you're an opponent. Like, this is my opponent, man. One of you's right and one of you's wrong. You could both be wrong too. And that's where, you know, the order is out. If you can't handle it between you and him, you get witnesses. You can't handle it between him and them, you take it to the church, man. You gotta understand words, man. There's all kinds of the word world. You have different meanings for that. The word tight, you have different meanings for that. So the same thing with enemies, man. There's no end cap to knowledge, man. There's no end cap to wisdom.
Matthew 18:15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother.
Right, now that's between you and that man. So that's fine, right? But you're supposed to gain, we're out here to gain souls, man, to win souls. The game we're in is winning souls, okay? So whose soul are you trying to win? A reprobate? Or a brother that you believe is sincere to be a man of the Lord? Right? Now clearly Alizé and Marcella, they're no type of soul to be won, man. They've already been cast out as heathen men. They're already looked at as the other nations, man, because they do what the other nations would do. Which is what? Abuse grace, continue in sin that grace may abound. That's their whole mantra, man. Go ahead.
Verse 16. But if he will not hear thee, take with thee 1 or 2 more, that in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses every word may be established. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it to the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican. Yeah,
let him go as a 2/3, man. If he's not trying to hear you, then guess what? He's a 2/3, man. He's part of that. Now, whether they wake up out of it, whether the Most High wakes them up out of it or not, that's up to the Most High, man. You know? Come on.
This is on Romans chapter 16, verse 17. Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them.
Right, and avoid them. Mark them and avoid them, man. You gotta let people know. You gotta let people know. You know, there's plenty of examples where the people that didn't do right, they were marked and noted, man. Just like Mark. Paul didn't believe Mark to be a man of the Lord, but in the end he saw it. And Mark continued to do the work and teach the same thing. Now whether that man continued to do the work and teach the same doctrine, and time will tell. But as of right now, he's very rebellious, man. And what kind of shit is that? To have that prideful attitude and that ego of tell your camp to keep my name out their mouth, right? But then you're not going to be austere like that with Alizé or Marcella. That's crazy, man. You know, like I was telling these brothers, man, healthy mind, healthy body, healthy body, healthy mind. It's the only guy who wouldn't eat salads when we were eating salads. And the whole point of the salads was to decalcify the pineal glands. You know?
Hey, man, it's just crazy, because it's like, if you going off, man, you best believe we gonna get on you, man.
Right. That's love.
Yeah, that's love. That's what we're supposed to do. If any other brother, when Marcel and Alizé went off, we got on them. When Nigga Demon, a Bible Ball got off, we got on him. When T went off, we got on him. So what makes you any different, man? So that, yeah, like the brother said, that's prideful to be like, tell your Kim, keep my name out their mouth. Like, man, come on now.
What if the elders say for all the camps to get on you, man? Then what? You know?
Tell them to keep the name out of their mouth.
Yeah, you can tell the elders to keep the name Tazabah out their mouth. That's crazy, man. You know, and that's fine, man. You can do and be whatever you want, man. Whatever you want to be, go be that, man. But as for brothers in GMS, we're gonna strive to be what the Lord wants, man. We're gonna strive to please the Lord. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord, man.
That's right.
Jake, man, Jake's all about folly, man. Folly, just ride around and kick it type of attitude, man. Yeah, we'll see him again. We'll see the same people walking around like we do every week.
Doing
Same
nothing.
shitty, dumb grin on his face.
Yeah. Sure. Oh, actually, no, hold up. Did you have more questions?
No.
Those are mine? Okay. Hey, if you want, we can switch gears and
Yeah.
get into your lesson. Just listen.
You want, yeah.
You still want that? Okay.
Start off.
5? Okay. Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
Yeah, you got a lot of, like, you know, you had that dude last year or the year before that was saying that the Lord was coming back, and he had all them people that was expecting to get raptured. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you got a lot of people that on stuff like that. And then you even got people, some dude in Russia, I think it's Russia, that claims to be Jesus. Some Edomite claims to be Jesus in Russia. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so. He looked like
He looked like Caesar Borgia.
Yeah, like Caesar Borgia, yeah.
He got all these followers. There's some occult stuff. But yeah, man. So you got people claiming to be the Lord.
Yeah, he got this village and shit.
Yeah,
that shit. Okay.
Yeah. Read the verse 6.
Verse 6. And you shall hear.
So like, he said he's the Lord.
Yeah, he claims to be.
I didn't see shit.
Yeah.
They said all eyes shall see him. I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Why haven't I seen him? How long's he been out? A couple weeks? A week? I must, man.
We was asleep.
You missed
I
that one,
must have
bro.
been asleep on that one.
He came at night, literally.
Right, yeah. Came like a thief in the night. No one's seen him.
Alright, verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars.
Yeah, you shall hear wars and rumors of wars. When you look on the news, what you see? Nothing, you hear about conflict in Syria, conflict with Korea and North and South Korea, Syria, Israel, and Palestine.
Everywhere.
All right, everywhere. The whole earth is in turmoil, man. All right, wars and rumors of wars. Go ahead.
See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass.
Yeah, see that ye be not troubled, because all these things must come to pass. The Lord spoke of all these things before they happen, man. So the Lord is giving you indications of what's going to happen before He returns. But if you have common sense and you're in these scriptures like you're supposed to be, you wouldn't be troubled. For us, for the nation of Israel, we rejoice at the fact that all this stuff is happening, because we know that the kingdom of heaven is at hand, man. Go ahead. Hey, matter of fact, you know what's crazy? The scriptures we were just reading last night, me and Ashiar. you know, a woman's hair is her glory.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we just saw this bald head Edomite walk by, Edomite woman. But the scripture said, it's a shame for a woman not to have her head covered, right? But it was like, if a woman has her head uncovered, she might as well be shaven.
Yeah.
You know. So all these chicks that all of them should be bald headed because they don't want to cover their head, man. Yeah. It's a lot that we got off track.